Choosing an AI today feels a lot like picking a superpower without being given the manual. Do you want the one that flies, the one with super strength, or the one that can read people's minds? With dozens of models like ChatGPT, Claude, and Gemini, plus some experimental systems lurking in the shadows, the best choice depends entirely on the mission. Today, we're stripping away the hype. I'll walk you through what each model actually does best, where they tend to stumble, and crucially, which one fits your specific workflow. Also, stick around for the end, where we will peek at a restricted, high-level AI model that has been quietly revolutionizing how engineers hunt down bugs. Let's dive in. First up, ChatGPT. Think of this as your fast, friendly, and incredibly versatile multitasker. ChatGPT's biggest edge is flexibility and speed. It's the king of the quick start. If you need to brainstorm a marketing campaign, draft a dozen emails, or turn a messy pile of notes into a polished outline, ChatGPT is your best bet. It's also surprisingly robust for coding, great for writing scripts, or debugging a stubborn formula. Because it's so adaptable, it feels less like a machine and more like a creative partner that can mirror your tone and plug directly into your existing productivity apps. However, just a side note, connecting ChatGPT to your productivity apps can be very convenient but comes with many privacy trade-offs, so do it with care and caution. However, speed comes with a trade-off. ChatGPT is famously confident when incorrect. It can hallucinate facts with a straight face, so you will need to play the role of a fact checker for any high stakes work. It also occasionally struggles with long form complex logic, where every step must be perfect. And keep in mind, its visual features can be a hit or a miss. For example, if you try to give ChatGPT's image generator model a prompt containing many charts and numbers, there is a high chance that it will fumble. Now, let's talk about the pricing plans for ChatGPT. First off, we have a free tier. Now, this tier is very limited, especially when it comes to uploading. Next up, we have a Go tier. The Go tier costs $8 per month. However, it may contain ads. Then we have a Plus tier, costing $20 per month. In my opinion, this is the best plan. And lastly, we have a Pro tier, costing $200 per month. This plan is best for power users. Additionally, OpenAI offers API keys. They are priced as shown. Behind the scenes, OpenAI operates with a move fast and iterate culture. You will see them launch a feature one week and rework it the next. This aggressive growth means you get the latest tech first, but it can also mean occasional instability. If you're building a critical business workflow on top of it, just remember, they aren't afraid to break things to move forward. For example, back in September 30th, 2025, Sora 2, an AI video generator, was launched, and it was a great hit for OpenAI. However, just a couple of months later, OpenAI announced that they're closing it off on April 26, 2026, and their Sora APIs will also be terminated on September 24, 2026, causing lots of disruption for many websites. So, what's the bottom line? The bottom line is ChatGPT is mostly for doers, creators, and professionals who need a high-speed productivity assistant to help them iterate faster and are able to adapt easily. Next up, we have Claude. So let's say if ChatGPT is a fast-talking multitasker, well, Claude is the deep-thinking researcher. Claude's standout feature is its reasoning. It's exceptionally good at maintaining context over massive documents. You can hand it a 100-page technical manual and it won't just summarize it. As a matter of fact, it will instead understand every single topic in a way you wouldn't imagine. Therefore, it tends to be much more conservative about making things up, which makes it the gold standard for code reviews, legal analysis, and any task where precision is more important than failure. So, what's the downside? Well, the downside is Claude is a bit more serious, it's less playful than ChatGPT, and can be a bit more clinical. It's also slower to respond because it's doing more thinking under the hood. Plus, it lacks the massive library of third-party app integrations that its competitors provide. Now, let's talk about the pricing plans for Claude. We have a free tier, which will do enough for most people. We have a pro tier costing $17 per month, which, believe it or not, is cheaper than ChatGPT and also offers some app integrations. Lastly, we have a max tier. Now, the max tier is a bit weird because its price starts from $100 per month and up. This plan is best for power users and those who deal with many complex tasks. Likewise, Anthropic also offers API keys and they're priced as shown. So, the bottom line for Claude is best for analysts, researchers, engineers, and students dealing with complex, dense materials who value accuracy over raw speed. Now, let's talk about Gemini. This is Google's visual genius. Gemini shines brightest when you give it something to look at. Its ability to interpret images, charts, and even video frames is top tier. But its real unfair advantage is the Google ecosystem. If your life is in Google Drive, Docs, and Gmail, Gemini can pull information across those apps seamlessly, making it an incredible tool for visual workflows and personal organization. But again, this can come with some privacy trade-offs, so be cautious. However, if you live outside the Google garden, Gemini can feel a bit rigid. Its multi-step logical reasoning isn't quite at Claude's level yet, and the interface can sometimes feel more like a structured search tool than a conversational partner. So, now let's talk about Google Gemini's pricing plans. Now, this one is different. What I mean by this is not only do the subscriptions give you the AI stuff like Gemini, Anti-Gravity, Nano Banana, and Google Veo, but you also get the regular stuff like Google Drive Cloud Storage, and believe it or not, YouTube Premium depending on your plan, and so much more. This also includes Notebook LLM, a tool that we will speak more about shortly. So, the bottom line for Gemini is best for the visual thinkers and Google Power users, designers, map lovers, and students who want their AI deeply integrated into their documents. As mentioned earlier, we will talk about Notebook LLM. This isn't just another chatbot. It's a personal knowledge engine. Instead of drawing from the whole internet, it focuses entirely on the sources you provide. PDFs, presentations, textbooks, research papers, you name it. It doesn't just answer questions, it cites its resources. It can generate study guides, flashcards, and even help you divide up a group project by summarizing everyone's individual notes into one master plan. Check this out. I'm going to upload a couple of files to Notebook LLM and watch how I can ask for a summary and instantly get a structured study guide that actually points back to the exact page the info came from. From there, I could make many things. I could create flashcards, a presentation deck, I could even do a video, you could have a podcast, you could generate reports, or even data charts, and so much more. And basically, that's the magic of it. It's personalized, contextual learning, and it's not guessing. It's studying with you based on the information you provided. Now for something a bit more exclusive, let's talk about Mythos. Just a quick disclaimer, the visuals you see here are illustrative. Mythos is an internal, tightly controlled model, and there's no public-facing logo or official asset yet. So again, this is only for visual purposes. Mythos is what happens when you turn the dial to 11 on system scale reasoning. Engineers who have used it describe it as having an uncanny ability to understand massive code bases. We're talking about finding impossible bugs and security vulnerabilities that human teams have missed for decades. It's not just writing codes, it's understanding the entire architecture of a system. But that level of power is exactly why you can't use it yet. A model that can find any vulnerability can also be misused easily. Access is heavily restricted because it represents a leap in AI governance, a preview of a future where AI doesn't just help us work, but oversees the very systems we rely on. And in my opinion, I think it's great news because this shows that Anthropic values safety over profit, something that OpenAI could never do nor understand. To wrap it all up, ChatGPT is for speed and creativity, Claude for depth and accuracy, Gemini for visual power and Google integration. So don't choose based on the hype, choose based on what you actually need to get done. Hopefully this breakdown makes the choice a little easier. Hope you found this video helpful. Let me know down in the comments which AI model best fits you and why that's the case. I would love to hear your responses. That's it for the video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.